So, in Far Cry 6, we are back with another Yaran story. This one is called Shock Therapy, and this one can be found over to the right-hand side of Libertad HQ. So, over here on the coast, and if we back out of the map, we are going to come into this bar, and we are going to speak to the guy here, and he is going to give you a story, so we are going to accept and track it. And then the first step of this is to relax and do some fishing around the island. So if we just go over to the water, we are going to do some fishing. We're going to catch 3 fish. So there is fish number 1. We got some snook meat. So we're going to cast the line and we're going to go again. There's number 2. We got 5 snook meat for that one. And then we cast out again. And this shouldn't take too long. If I just start holding the reel in, see the fish coming towards it, and then hook them. And here we go with the third and final fight. And then for the final fish, we got some French grunt meat. So we are now going to get another phone call, which is going to lead us on to the next part of this Yaran story. And a little tip, if you are struggling with the fishing, like when it comes to actually reeling in the fish, if you don't reel in and you fight their movement, it's going to tire them out. Then as they are getting a little bit more tired, then you start reeling. Don't reel all the time, because then it's going to build up tension and the fish will eventually snap your line. So, step 2 is to now find some pelicans, which can be found roaming the coasts of Yara. So if we just walk around this area and we look for some pelicans, we need to approach them quite quietly. Like, this is basically stealthy. So all you have to do is you have to walk up to them. Don't sprint around because you're going to scare them off. You don't have to go crouching or anything like that. But what you can do is you can actually feed the same one 3 times. You don't need to feed 3 different pelicans. So once we've done this 3 times, we will move on to the next step. I mean, unless the dude flies away, that's not ideal. So we need to either follow him and hope he lands, or find another pelican somewhere that we can feed. So it can take a little while. You'll see that it's actually gone dark in the game. It can take a little while to find pelicans. But now we have that done, we are going to move on. So, step 3 is to go and meditate at an eagle's nest. And that is, 1,700 meters away from where you start shock therapy. So, we're going to make our way up there now. Then what you can do is either call in like a helicopter or something. Like, you can basically come here via helicopter, which is going to make it a lot easier. Or if you come here by car or something, then what we are going to do is we are going to climb up to the left of the tower. And you'll see that we're still 140 meters away from the eagle's nest. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump off, we're going to parachute, and we're going to come over to this bridge. So when we get across the bridge, we are going to come over here and go to the right-hand side of this broken platform. We're going to come to this rock, and we're going to jump, and we're going to parachute off here. I mean, you could try doing it without the parachute, but there is a chance you could die, so I wouldn't even take the risk. And then, for some reason, I have an enemy in here, the one that I don't want to play games with. But basically, we're going to work our way up to the very top. So, if it lets me climb up here, we're going to climb up these orange vines. And when we get to the top of them, it's just one more jump up, and we are at the eagle's nest. So now if you look at the top left, it's going to say, holster your weapon, stand still, just breathe. You basically got to stand here for 30 seconds. And now that is done, we are going to move on to the next step. We're going to receive another phone call. Or we're going to make another phone call even. So when you get to step 4, it's called get some airtime. You need to spend 20 seconds in the air with your wingsuit or your parachute. Now for this one, I did try finding some place that you could jump off and parachute, but it looks as though you're going to need your wingsuit. So in order to get your wingsuit, what you need to do is any of the 3 major camps. So that can be the Montero Farm, it can be down here at Camp Maximus, or it can even be down here at the Patriotas camp, or Patriotas Peak. What you need to do is you need to build the facility called Hideout Network. Once you have that, you're going to have your wingsuit. And you need to be careful with your wingsuit, because if we go to system, there is a setting in this game that inverts your pitch for your wingsuit. So if you go general, like if you go to the controller or keyboard and mouse, you go on foot, you're going to see the wingsuit pitch. Default, this is off. And sometimes it's going to make you nosedive with your wingsuit. So turn this on, and that way you can like hold back on the left analog stick, and it's going to let you fly for longer. But what the wingsuit unlocks is the ability to find somewhere on the map, like anywhere you can fast travel to. And even though I'm in combat, I'll get out of combat in a moment. You'll see we have the option to fast travel or airdrop. So what we're going to do is do an airdrop, which unlocks with the wingsuit. So now we're out of combat. If we go and we do an airdrop, what that's going to do is put us in a loading screen, and then it's going to spawn us in mid-air with enough airtime to last the 20 seconds. So the screen's gone black, we've loaded in, and we're going to deploy parachute. I should have done that much sooner, so just prepare yourself, deploy your parachute, and then if you just slowly, let yourself come down to the ground, you're going to have plenty of time to get the 20 seconds done. And then when we land on the floor, we're going to make another phone call, and we are going to get the next step. And you're going to see that the next step is to compliment your enemies and forgive them. So we have to get up close and personal with 3 enemies, and we need to do a machete kill, so a takedown with your melee. So you'll see that's number 1, because we're going to compliment them as we kill them, so you can't use guns for this. If there's too many enemies, you can kill some of them with guns. So let's try and find another 2 enemies that are in combat with someone else. A checkpoint or something like that's going to really help you out with this. But we need to try not to die. So that is going to be the second one, and I need to find a way to deal with this helicopter. It's annoying me. And there we go, the Supremo comes in clutch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit around at this checkpoint if I can't get the machete kill on this enemy. So if I come around the back of him, let's try. There we go, done all 3 of them. So yeah, even at a friendly checkpoint, you're going to have enemies coming in every now and then as they're trying to drive through. They'll start on the NPCs at the checkpoint, and then you can just sneak up behind them and machete kill them. So at that stage, you're going to have yet another phone call in this Yaran story. And the next step is to return to the doctor and discuss the progress that we've made. So when we return to the doctor, go in and have a chat. You're going to be congratulated for doing the therapy program and everything like that. This is a really, really weird Yaran story. And after the chat, that is the Yaran story complete. So that was how to complete Shock Therapy, the Yaran story in Far Cry 6. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.